Então sejam bem-vindos, pessoal. Hoje é um Cavalcast especial. A gente tem aqui tem a grande honra aqui de estar do lado do Dr. Perito. Então, realmente é uma honra, é para poucos isso aí. E eu vou apresentar aqui o Dr. Perito, que vai falar para vocês, né? O Dr. Perito tem 27 anos, né, focado no tratamento da disfunção erétil e de implante de prótese peniana. Tem mais de 9.000 casos, né, de implante de prótese peniana. Há mais de 10 anos é o implantador de maior volume no mundo, né? Então, há mais de 10 anos está no topo, né, no top 1. E o volume dele anual é maior do que qualquer outro país fora a América Latina, fora os Estados Unidos, né? Então, ele sozinho ganha de qualquer outro país, né? Então, é sensacional esses números, né? E há aproximadamente 6 anos, ele desenvolveu uma técnica, né? E patenteou essa técnica lá nos Estados Unidos, aqui no Brasil, de preenchimento peniano com ácido hialurônico para engrossamento peniano. Uma técnica eficaz, uma técnica segura, né? Nossa clínica, né, o Instituto Cavalcanti, foi certificado, foi uma das primeiras a ser certificada aqui para o Brasil. E nada melhor que o fundador, né, dessa técnica para estar falando aqui para a gente informações preciosas. Dr. Perito, it's a great honor to stay with you here in the podcast, Cavalcast. And this is a special edition. And let's get started.
Thank you very much. I do believe he was complimenting me during that Portuguese section, right? He didn't say anything disparaging. No, I was able to interpret probably 25%. Thank you very much. Very nice welcome.
E também o Dr. Leonardo Monteiro, que sempre está aqui com a gente, e o Dr. Daniel, que é nosso fellowship desse ano, vai contribuir também nessa conversa, né? So, the first question, how many men would like to enlarge or thicken their penis?
This has actually been looked at very clearly by urologists from Brazil. And it was a position paper that came out, I think, around 2017. And Sidney Gleena was one of the co-authors on that paper. And this really fascinated me because they took huge cohorts of patients, large number groups from all over the world. And they looked at how many men with a quote-unquote normal-sized penis, and we'll discuss normal size, penis, think they have a small penis. And it was 50% of men that have a normal-sized penis thought they had a small penis. Then they actually were able to glean out what percentage of that 50% of men, if they had something safe and effective, they would do something about it. It's another 50%. So that means 25% of all men would like to have something done to their penis if it was safe and effective. Which is, when you look at the numbers,
it's a huge number.
Huge number. No pun intended.
It's nice, perfect. My perception here, I think most men wants a little bit more.
Why not?
Why not? And what's your perception about the difference between men and women? When we are talking about cosmetic procedures, the difference, woman is more, invest more in this kind of procedures. What do you think about it?
So women have traditionally utilized the healthcare system more than men. Men are one and done, and this kind of goes back to, the Gleena paper where 25% of all men, if they could get something that's one or done, then they're in. They're balls in. They're all the way in. And thus, you are at one of the heads of the groundswell of this coming up, because men are starting to see, hey, I got something where I can be pretty much one or done. We'll talk about that later, but you're going to see utilization, and the plastic surgeons have already seen it, utilization of their services more. And definitively, we are already seeing it with the penis, because those that should be stewards of the penis, like yourself, Marco, are getting involved and taking care of these guys and getting that one and done thing done. So,
Nice, nice. The second questions I prepare here, and how does the general urologist or even conservative andrologist approach men who want to improve their penis size? What the regular approach in US? I'm gonna share my experience here in Brazil, but I want to compare the US approach and Brazilian approach of the penis who enter in our office and say, hey, I want to enlarge my penis or get more girls, and there are anything safe. What the approach in US?
probably very similar to here. And I was just at the Paulista conference where exactly these questions were discussed. And after you tell me your experience, I'll tell you. In the U.S., I can tell you that I've tried to submit my work, which started 8 years ago on girth enhancement, to our societies. And the general urologist just didn't see a need for us to get involved in cosmetics, okay? They want us to only stick to quote-unquote pathology and fixing pathology. And if somebody wants just a little more, there is no pathology. So in academic circles, it was kind of poo-pooed. I don't know how you would say that in Portuguese, but it's just, it was not, definitely not front and center. But let me tell you right now that our colleagues in the U.S. are seeing what we're capable of doing. Now everybody wants to jump on board. So I can tell you, after the last 2 days of speaking at the Paulista, that Brazil is definitely light years ahead of the U.S. and looking at this as it's not a pathology. Yes, it's a vanity project, but guys deserve it, and it's about time that those of us that have spent 16 years holding a penis, I mean, that's what we do for 16 years during training. We're the ones that are going to be able to take care of these men and be, and I'm going to use this term a lot, stewards of the penis. And I don't know how you say stewards in Portuguese, but you need to tell me.
Stewards of the penis, like any procedure that are made in the penis, our urologists should be involved.
Only urologists. Only board certified urologists with men's health experience. I mean, for example, I could go and learn from the top robotic guy in the world, Viv Patel, how to do a robot in a day. But should I ever do another one again? Hell no. Yeah. We need to have men and women who have done nothing but devote their postgraduate training to men's health. And that's what we're doing here in Brazil with you.
We are so dedicated in genital surgery, and we know all about all anatomy and variations of penile shape and size, and so we are the best choice to manage the penis and did any kind of procedure, cosmetic or not cosmetic procedures on the penis. So I agree 100% with you. And the approach here in Brazil, it's like the general urologist and conservative andrologist, when the patients get into the office and once more, they look at the patients, no, your penis is normal. You do not, it's not necessary. It's a thing that you put in your mind and get out of your mind, go to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and that's it. There are nothing to do with your penis, and yes, that's it. Any procedure that you are thinking about, it's charlatanism, I don't know, charlatanism.
Charlatan.
Charlatan. So this is the approach, unfortunately. And when another guy who want to fix reshaping the nose, it's example. There are many nose reshaping in US, here in Brazil, and the nose is a part of our body, like a penis, and the nose have two functions: smell and breathe. Only 2 functions. And every plastic surgery operate nose normal. It's normal nose. And the guys only want to fix for self-esteem, for confidence. And penis, it's the same. So, in my opinion, the man who wants some procedure in the penis, we have to listen, set expectation, and offer only the regular and certified and safe procedures that we are today. We know about that. We have experience. We have data. So now the approach are improving. Here in Brazil, about 15 guys.
Yeah, 15,
16 doctors are able to do these procedures. So I'm very happy.
And so what you're recognizing is the pushback from other disciplines and our own discipline, because the stuff that was around before, some of it was criminal, some of it is terrifying, some of it was okay, but it just, and so they were looking for reasons to take that 25% of men that the Brazilians publish exists and move them away from it. But now that there are, and one of these days we'll go through all the different things that you and I can do right there in our office. But I know you're going to see much less pushback from other disciplines, because we had a panel yesterday at the Paulista, and we had a psychiatrist and a reconstructive guy. And when they really understand that we have something that's safe and effective, then they're like, oh shit, all these guys that they got their head down and they're depressed about their penis size, even though it's normal, and they have something available. Yesterday, the tide turned, and at the end of the panel discussion, the psychiatrist walked up. She was this woman, she was a very dignified woman. She walks up and she goes, "Congratulations," because finally they're seeing that there's something available that's safe and effective.
Yeah. I think Urofill is a game changer in this field. And,
indeed.
Let's. Do you have any question, Lona?
Yeah. I want a few questions, so we need to share with you, Dr. Paul. So, Paul, can any man submit to Urofill technique, or this procedure is only performed in men with a small girth penis?
Okay, can we kind of get to size now? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay, so
my question is, what's normal size? What's normal, and then
but that's addressing your question exactly. So I hope there's a camera here, because God was very good to us, because most of us fall within this beautiful bell curve of normal penis, right? And 2 standard deviations below the bell curve. That's microphallus, and that is a pathologic condition. Then you have the guys that are way up there, and let me ask you this. How many guys have 7 inches or more? Do you know?
About 10%.
1 out of 30.
1 out of 30.
So they all come in your office, I got 8 inches, and you're like, you're a goddamn liar, man. But so when you're asking me, are there any contraindications to this? There's a few, and they're usually pathologic conditions that we're already handling, us urologists, hypospadias, for example. But, the probably the only other patient you would want to watch out for, and I know we're going to discuss it later, would be the patient with true dysmorphic behavior. And there's ways that we can, introduce that diagnosis to them by using a validated questionnaire called the COP score, and then get them into the hands of the psychiatrist. But when you ask me that question, just about anybody, if they have a desire for a safe and effective way for penile girth enhancement, anybody. There's very few contraindications to the procedure. That's what you were asking.
That's exactly what I asked.
Paul, I'm gonna explain to Brazilian in Portuguese a little bit, because this is an important point of this discussion, and for this bell shape And it's 1 minute.
Go ahead.
So, então, pessoal, o que é que a gente está falando aqui? O que é pênis normal? Se a gente pegar 100 pessoas, né, 100 homens, e falar para todo mundo, olha, vamos baixar a calça, todo mundo, e medir, né? 1 em cada 30 vai ter um pênis maior do que 7 polegadas, né? 1 em 30 vai ter pênis maior que 7 polegadas, então você vai ter provavelmente ninguém com pênis menor que 8 centímetros e provavelmente ninguém com pênis maior de 24 centímetros. Então, menor que 8 centímetros é micropênis. Maior que 24 centímetros é macropênis. Então, você não vai encontrar ninguém. Nobody. If you put down the pants, yeah, you got it. Okay. But you have. Então, vocês vão ter mais ou menos alguns pacientes com entre 8 e 11 centímetros, né? E o mesmo percentual com de 17 a 24 centímetros. Esses têm o pênis ou muito pequeno ou então muito grande. Vocês vão ter um percentual de 11 centímetros a 13,5 centímetros. É maior isso aí, mas ainda é abaixo da média, né? Aí você vai ter uma média entre 13,5 e 15,5 centímetros. A maioria dos homens, desses 100 homens, vão estar nessa média. Então, a maioria dessa curva vai estar nessa média. E de 15,5 até 17,5, você vai ter mais uma turma grande nesse período. Então, é essa a curva de distribuição de normalidade. Então, o Urofill é para todo mundo. Aqui, na minha prática, 25% dos homens que querem fazer esse procedimento têm o pênis abaixo da média, abaixo de 13 centímetros. 50% tem o pênis mediano, entre 13,5 e 15 centímetros, 15,5 centímetros. E 25% tem o pênis acima de 17,5, 17. Então, o paciente já tem um pênis maior e ainda quer mais. E não é dismórfico. A gente identifica quem é dismórfico. Ele só quer mais. Assim como... I'm gonna share...
I heard those numbers, and it's pretty much the same in Miami. And the people that travel to Miami, they're all falling into that sort of category.
And I tell to my patients, when you go to the gym or when you go to the cosmetic procedure, we don't find in the gym, we find strong guys in the gym. They are strong and they keep work out to get stronger. So the penis, the guy have a large penis and just want a little bit more. So it's
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Or a lot more.
Yeah, or a lot more.
The more you do it, the more you're going to see of that.
Yeah.
Holy shit, when are you going to stop, brother?
But that's it. So let's move on. In talking about patients, what the difference between dysmorphic patients and those who just want to improve the penis size?
So if you look at plastic surgery patients, and there's very good evidence, evidence-based medicine showing this, almost 80% of them have some level of dysmorphic feeling. Like they just don't see themselves the same way that, they should see themselves in a mirror. And that's totally okay, right? When it comes to true dysmorphophobia, those are patients that are never going to get happy no matter how much cutting or how much injecting you're going to do. And that's the only patient that we have to worry about, and we have to worry about their health, and we got to worry about us doing things that's never going to help them. But those are few and far between. And just ask any plastic surgeon. They have validated questionnaires, or they have the gestalt, that gut feeling. Yeah. Remember the original inflatable penile prosthesis paper about the cursed patient.
Yeah.
And
sure.
It's all about, if somebody is not going to see what you're doing benefit them, we're not going to do it. And so, but that's extremely, extremely rare. Look at the numbers I told you. 25% of all men will do something. And of that, it's going to be less than 1% have true dysmorphophobia. And usually they're the bodybuilders that don't even realize they're bodybuilders, you know, that kind of stuff.
Sure. And I have some red flags that if the patient says to me, red flag for me, it's when the patient put all the blames on the penis. I do not improve my job because I have a small penis. In the normal size.
My marriage is falling apart because of my penis.
Right.
Yeah. When the patient start to blame all the stuffs that are happening in their life in the penis, so red flag, this patient probably is a true dysmorphophobic.
And I'll bet you, look at your numbers. That's 1 or 2 out of 100 people that come here.
Sure.
100 men. It's extremely rare. Yeah, but once they're crying about their penis, run, you know. Because hey, that's our best friend. Are you kidding me?
Nice talk. And what percentage of Urofill patients have? We already discussed about that. Small, medium, and large penis. And what the feedback from partners? What the funny stories for your office in partners? I have some funny stories here.
All right, if children are watching right now, just turn it off, okay? Okay, so you're part of it. You know this. We have a prospective study going on, and we're looking at all different parameters. And one thing we're looking at is partner satisfaction, which is, I can tell you anecdotally, phenomenal. And my favorite story to tell you is this one guy. He was a pro football player, just a badass, just a cool dude. Already had a big penis, right? And so he was right up there looking great. And I see him come in with his beautiful wife. And I go, "What the hell are you guys doing here?" And she goes, "Paul, can you come here a minute?" And he's laying down naked, and so she grabs his penis and she goes, "I want just a little bit right here." Where do you think that was? Right on her G-spot.
G-spot.
And so I said, "Happy Valentine's Day. Go fucking have a great time." So as you'll see, because Marco and I are involved with all our Brazilians providers in looking at a prospective study showing exactly what we already know and I've already written up, that it's safe and effective. And then we're going to look at this fun stuff. Yeah. How much fun is it for the partner? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's anecdotal, but we'll have that in print.
Yeah, so. I'm very happy with this satisfaction with partner satisfaction. And Daniel can tell about 2 or 3 stories, funny stories.
Sure.
That happens last month.
Yes. Last month we have one guy that come here and after application and said, "Oh, now I am in another level. This is nice." And some partner of other patients come here and say, "Oh, put more here or put more here to my satisfaction."
And there are one partner that asked us to enter in the procedure to shape. Here or here.
They wanted speed bumps.
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
Yeah. And all the patients are, the majority of the patients are very happy, and the partners are very happy. Straight patients and men who have sex with men too. It's all.
Is the satisfaction the same between these two groups of patients?
No, for partners.
I
can only say it anecdotally, but absolutely.
Okay.
And the gay partners are very involved in their partners progress through this process. Nice. I think the key thing here is we're not the artist. We're the one that puts up the canvas, hands the paint, and then it's the patient who's the artist. The patient is, yes, our technique makes it so they get to where most patients want to be as quickly and safely as possible. But they truly, they're in complete control of this technique. Yeah, they tell us where they want it, when, not, what I mean by when, but they tell us where they want it, and they're the ones that say, "Hey, my painting is done."
Yeah.
My painting is done. And that's it. The beauty of this is the patient is completely involved. All the other girth enhancement techniques, there's no patient involvement or interjection, which we're not going to go into some of the alternatives. But and just those stories show you that patients are in control. Their partners are in control. And there's something, especially when treating men, they like to be in control of their health destiny. In this case, their penis destiny. Okay.
Nice. And I think to finish the questions, we are going to talk about what do you think about other non-medical specialists doing penile fillers and complication and risks.
Okay, so
in other techniques, there are getting popular. Can you speak a little bit about this?
So going back, one of the reasons our society smartly dissuaded people from doing anything is the novices, the beauticians, the charlatans that were doing this. There was some crazy stuff going on. And still to this day, and unfortunately, there was a slide that I had for this talk today at the Paulista, which showed a pharmacist in Brazil injecting a penis.
Teaching.
Injecting a piece. So what man would allow that to happen? It's somebody does not have a fund of knowledge, which this show is going to give them a fund of knowledge. If you don't go to somebody like Marco, who has 14 years of postgraduate education, has held a penis for 14 years, and you're going to somebody that has injected faces in a garage, or There'll be doctors that say that, they're experts, but they have no idea the physiology of the penis. And I made the mistake of partnering with some aesthetics people before because it was new to me 8 years ago, this whole field that is not based on pathology. When things go slightly off, they panic. And there's examples in what we do where we end up cleaning up people's messes. And with penile implants, if you are not an expert, you don't do at least 4 to 5 a month. I mean, you really should be, looking for another discipline, to get into. When it comes to this, thus we have only certified providers. And if you go to somebody else, hey, all bets are off. There's not, and then hopefully you don't go to somebody that's injecting silicone or this thing called PMMA, which is bone cement. Who wants bone cement in their dick? Are you kidding me?
Nice. And that's it. Daniel, do you have any question more?
About the other techniques that you said already, the application of no observable materials, what do you think about?
Anybody that advertises permanent, run. Just run from them, because all permanent fillers are dangerous. Some are criminal. Silicone is criminal, because it's not supposed to be put anywhere but the eyeball in a human, and it can cause something that's like a cancer. And I just described at the Paulista today, that I've had to deglove. These are things we don't even want to talk about. We don't want to talk about pretty penises right now. So other stuff that's out there is buyer beware. Go to a certified, if you're doing Urofill, go to a certified provider. If you're thinking about something else, you better really look into it. And whenever you see the word permanent, run. We didn't talk about how long this stuff lasts.
Yeah. We're going to talk later in our YouTube channel. But I think the adventures of Urofill, it's many. Urofill, HA, hyaluronic acid, we have in the skin, in our body. If we can stage, you can put more. If you have any lumps and bumps, you can easily fix this. The penis. If in ultimately situations. It doesn't happen to me, and I think it's only rare case in your practice. The patient asks to put hyaluronidase to take the HA off of the penis. So it's very safe. You can stage. Your body recognize the HA because we have. It's a natural for us. It's the best approach for penile gears. It's HA, and there are advantages between fat and HA. HA is better than fat because fat you have to put all the stuff in one shot because you have to liposuction and then put all the in the penis. Most of time do not accept because have many migration and reabsorption of the fat, quickly reabsorption of the fat, and you can't put more 2 months later because you have to do another liposuction, so it's not good. And Urofill you can stage. This is the key. This is the
I think what you mean by staging is the patient has control. And just so I may, you need to think of it, if you're considering this, it's a building process. So I always describe, like if you're building a building, you have rebar, which is the steel. Yeah. So the first round of injections, it might be quote unquote lumpy, bumpy. We can smooth it out if you have a hot date, believe me. And then the second stage, we add the concrete. And then the third stage, we add the stucco. And then you have your masterpiece. But you're in charge. We're just the supplier. That's about it.
It's a nice example. Nice example. So I think that's it. It's a great honor to stay with you side by side here in the podcast.
It's an honor to be here. This is awesome. If you ever see his office, I love this place. I'll turn this into a bar at nighttime.
Let's do it. So, pessoal, vocês têm aqui informações preciosas, né, do fundador da técnica Urofill. Está aqui no Brasil. A gente trouxe ele para o Cavalcast. E realmente, assim, eu quero que vocês deixem o like, compartilhem esse vídeo, se inscrevam no canal. A gente tenta trazer aqui informação de alta qualidade, teor científico, e tenta colocar umas palavras que todo mundo entende. Essa edição está em inglês e vai ter legendas, né? No final no vídeo. A gente também pode depois traduzir, fazer uma versão para vocês entenderem melhor. E eu espero que vocês tenham gostado, e com convidado internacional. Então a gente realmente fica bem feliz. Dr. Perito.
Thank you, brother. This is fun. I got to come back in a month. Thank you very much. Thank you all for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Good night. Good night.